we have 3 shoppers over at Fairway, one of like
my favorite grocery
love
store
Fairway.
in the world.
It's
Fairway.
amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. So first up is Lamond, we hope. Hi, Lamond.
Hi, Rachel. Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Well, my question, Rachel, is I like to purchase rotisserie chickens for dinner. Normally when I purchase it, it's warm already. I don't want to put it in the refrigerator because it tends to dry out. How long can I keep the rotisserie out before it goes bad?
The rotisserie chicken from the supermarket is a great time saver. I'm not really all that worried about it drying out because it's in a container, so I don't think that's a super serious issue. But food safety is a very serious issue. And so if you bring that chicken home and it's still hot, I mean, the best thing to do would be to eat it right away. You have a window of about, I would say maybe you could leave it out for a couple hours.
2 hours covered food, if it's secured and covered, no more than 2 hours.
But you don't, yes, you do not want to leave meats out at room temperature. You don't want the temperature to get to 140. As soon as it gets to 140, that's when the bacteria goes to town, and when you run the risk of making yourself sick.
My advice too, anytime you feel that poultry of any kind is getting on the dry side, put some stock or broth in a skillet, carve the turkey for Thanksgiving or your rotisserie chicken leftovers, and pass it through the warm broth, and it plumps it back up and makes it really taste fabulous, like it was just roasted.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Samantha's next. Where's Samantha? Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
I was wondering, I tend to overbuy my fruits and vegetables sometimes, and then I can't use them before they go bad. Is there a good way to freeze fresh produce?
We were just talking about this in studio. I buy on purpose extra produce when the seasonal products are, at their best. Like this time of year, I would buy corn on the cob, for instance. You take it home, you blanch it, you put it in hot boiling water for a short amount of time, then you cold shock it, put it on trays in your freezer so it dries loose in the freezer, freezes separated, and then put it in baggies and date it. I also have a great 4-letter word for you at the end of the week if you have produce. It's called soup. Oh. You chop up the produce and put it in a pot with water and salt, and you have soup, which also freezes beautifully. Ted, do you have any more thoughts?
It sure does. I have a friend in the Catskills that has a huge garden and grows so many tomatoes he could never eat them right away. And he just cuts them up and puts them in zipper bags, and then he has beautiful fresh tomato product available all winter long. If you're going to use it in a sauce, you can freeze it. And I mean, for tomatoes, even things like peaches, blueberries, as I said.
That's right. You were just talking about fruit.
Strawberries.
Right.
You can freeze those and use them, especially if you're going to use them in smoothies. We all know you can freeze bananas.
Right.
And use those in banana bread or smoothies and to thicken things. Canning is great if you know how to do that, but freezing also works for those of us with, I have like 3 tomato plants. Freezing's the way to go.
Thank you so much. That was a good one. And then we have time for one more, Narissa. Where's Narissa? Hello, cutie.
Hi, Rachel. How are you?
We're great. How are you today?
Happy.
What would you like to know?
My question is, I'm a working mom, so I like to create lists in order to save money. But for some reason, I always go over budget. What am I doing wrong?
Well, I am a list making fool. Like, I think it's great to be organized and look through my house and see what I truly need to keep me on track so I'm not overspending.
Which is also a good way to avoid food waste.
That's right. But when you get into a grocery store, I was a food buyer for a lot of years. There are 2 numbers when you look at a shelf item in a grocery store. One number is the ticketed price of that item, and the smaller number is the unit price per pound or ounce, however that product was purchased. So compare the unit price, and that's the true value of cereals and dry goods and jarred sauces and things. And slotting fees are what's paid to the items in the middle. Usually the best bargains are on the low shelves and the top shelves, generally speaking. And then I do think stick to the list and look for those loss leaders in every department.
And at the same time, be open to things that are on special that you weren't aware of when you got there.
Yeah, loss leaders.
You know, when you're a chef, you go to the market and see what's beautiful, and that's what you buy.
And that's what you cook.
You let the ingredients dictate what you cook. That's an important principle for a chef. And the other principle I just want to repeat one more time, shop and cook seasonally.
Right.
Eat spring vegetables in the spring.
eat
summer vegetables in
right,
summer,
exactly.
and then all winter long, you're stuck with turnips and potatoes. So enjoy that summer stuff while you can get
Well,
it.
you can still get it.
Yes.
That was really fun. I like doing that, and I think it's great the shoppers took some time for us.